student, today we are going to study NCERT Class 9 Political Science Chapter 1. What is democracy? Why democracy? If we recall the previous classes in class 6, in class 7, and in class 8, you have the idea what the democracy is. Means if by the universal adult franchisee they have given that a particular person, if the age is more than the particular person ages, or the eligible person whose age is more than 80 years, he or she can give the vote. Or in the other words, if we can say that in the democratic country we choose our own representative or the leaders for regulating a country, for making the rules, for making the schemes, for making the plans. They used to come under the democratic country. If we recall the previous classes, we have learned that there are two types of the country where it's run by the king and it's run by the government. The country which is run by the king, it used to consider as the monarchical country, and the country which is ruled by the government is used to consider as the democratic country. Means the people of that particular country have the right to choose their own representatives, by which they have the idea whether a particular person is eligible for becoming the representative, or you can say the leader, by which they can make certain kind of rules and regulations and laws and the plans and the scheme for regulating the country to take the country to the development level. That doesn't mean he used to discriminate or they used to do the inequality in the certain things. So like in the 6th, 7th, 8th, you read about most of about the Indian political science, but in class 9 and in the higher classes in class 10, you will learn about the different world politics of the different countries, in which you will come to know about like what in the particular country what kind of government they have, in our country what kind of government we have, in the different country scenario what the problem they face, how the people used to do the reforms and revolution to change their situation, because they don't want the monarchical, you can say the monarchical kind of the government or the king. They want the democratic government where they can choose their own represent. If you recall the class 8, you have read about the first chapter. We recall it the constitution, in which you read about the Nepal, where how the people used to do the reforms, how they used to do the revolution to change the constitution, and they don't want the king to be the last power they have. They want their own government by which they can fight for their country and to choose their representative of he or she is not eligible for their country. So these are the certain things which we have read in the previous classes. In this class, we are going to know about the different countries, what kind of politics they have, and what are things they have. But what it's starting in this, like if we talk about the details, what is the democracy? Why define democracy? A simple definition. We're going to in details by learning from the stories why there is a need of a democracy. Like if you take it into the brief view, why we need a democracy? If like the certain things which we don't like with it, like I will give you the one example. If the certain plans or certain law is passed by the government, and if we thought that it is not up to the mark of the people, so the people have that right, or the people has given that right. If they don't like that the particular law, particular rule or plan or scheme, so they can come together, they do the reform, or they can do the revolution. Just like in India, they can find the case against the government that you can change this rule because it's not up to the mark of the nation. You are doing the exploitation or you are doing the discrimination, so you have to change the law. So there are the certain countries which are doing that. If you talk about this contemporary and the modern world, is this going to happen till now? Yes, it is going to happen. If you're seeing the news on the daily basis, you find in the China, where if you recall the if you have the idea about the what the things are going to happen in the Hong Kong. If you talk about the some of the African countries, if you talk about the Syria and all of the you can say the civil war is going over there. So these are the certain examples of this different country where the people want their own government to regulate the country. They want their democratic country rather than the you can say the monarchical country, or the each of the people used to conflict with each other in their own country, so they want to change their government. So in this chapter we go the points which we have covered, because this is the first part of this the first part of this particular chapter. So what points we have to cover in this first lecture, that is what is democracy, why define democracy, a simple definition of the democracy, and the feature of the democracy, that is the ruler, the election, the people, and the form of government. So this all this thing we're going to learn in this chapter, especially from the different parts of the different countries. And if we talk about our India, so the different parts of our country, so we're going to learn in this chapter. But you have to keep this thing in mind. The democratic countries are considered as the very good country, and the monarchical countries are also good if they are regulating in very, you can say, a very good way or very nice way. If they're going in a very bad way, just like if we talk about the like some of the countries are there, but still it's ruled by the king. So he used to not thinking about the people. He used to just enjoy their own leisure. You can say he used to live a luxurious life or the lavish life that he do not want to think about the people. So in the democratic, we are the people, we have the right that we are choosing our own representatives. So let's start this chapter, like what is the features and what are the things which we have to learn. So starts from the page number 23, overview I already give you. Now come towards this, what is democracy? Why there is a need of democracy? In this do this story, we discuss various governments, organization. We call of these democracies. Other word that describe non-democracies, which I already explained. Non-democracy means where the king used to rule over there. Other words describe the non-democracies. Can you recall that each of these countries, the something that the government were described as democracies, chief before under the Pinochet rule, where it's ruled by the Pinochet, fallen after the fall of the communist rule. Ghana, that is in the Africa, is the earlier period of the Nkrumah government. Why do you think the common to them? Why do we club them all and label as the democracy? Because these are the people earlier ruled by these other people. Just like you can say a monarchical. Later on, people do their reforms and the revolution to want the democratic country. So all the countries are having what kind of government they want, the democratic government they want. The distribution is government. For the Pinochet rule, the chief communist rule in the Poland, or the later period of Nkrumah rule in Ghana, what this government have the common in the military rule in the Myanmar? Yet there are some countries where you do not find the monarchical government, or you can say the democratic government. So these are the country which is ruled by the military. Why do we say that this government are not democratic? On the basis of this, and I write down the some common features of democratic government and non-democratic. So the democratic government, if we talk about these features, so in the democratic government, the people used to elect their own representative. They are expressing their own views. If they want to change the particular person, like by doing the reforms or by doing the elections. In the election, if we talk about the India, every 5 years there is an election, so we can change a government. Maybe this, if we take the example, like right now there is a BJP. After 5 years, if we want any other party, just if we talk about the Congress, if we talk about any other party, so it will use to form the government. If we talk about the non-democratic countries, in which a particular person, like in you can see the hereditary form, like right now there is his father, then the son, then son, like generation to generation. When the king used to die, then his son used to become the king. If the particular person have is not the son, he used to make his relative, or you can say the eligible person to his own, you can say the hereditary or the own crown throne, or the throne means they used to put a मुकुट मतलब वो उस राज गद्दी पे वो पहले वो खुद बैठते थे फिर उनका सन फिर उनका सन इस तरह से वो हेरिडिटरी चलता रहता था like particular with thing he used to live up to the 100 years after that another used to come but in the democratic country you can change like the if we talk about like India it used to take 5 years every 5 years if in the election we can change our government if we talk about the US every 4 years so like different countries having the different years like in how many years you want to change a government or if you want to see the particular party in every 5 years they are doing such a good work so you can give them again the vote the particular person the particular party they can again form the government. So these are the features of the democratic government and the non-democratic government. Why define democracy? The second topic of this chapter. Before we proceed further, let us first take note of the objection of Mary. She does not like the way that defining the democracy. Yes, she does not like the way and want to ask the question, the basis of the question. So this is the story which I already told you in the starting of this lecture that but on the going to the story where they discuss about their teachers, like what should be the define of the democracy. Her teacher, Matilda Leogon, responded to the question as other classmates joined the discussion. Mary, ma'am, I don't like the idea. First, we spend the discussing in the different parts of the world. Then we want to find out the meaning of the democracy. I mean, logical. Shouldn't we have approach if the other way? Shouldn't the meaning have come first and the example? She said that earlier we discussed about the different countries. Each and every country is having their own approach. So shouldn't we give the different approach and different meaning of this democracy? The madam said, I can see your point, but that is not how we reason is everyday life. We use the words like pen, rain, or love. Do you wait to have a definition of this word before we can use them? Come to think of it, do we have the clear definition of this word? It is not only by using a word that we understand its meaning. Meaning, but like particular, what a madam said that because of this word, we can understand its meaning. What the mean is. The democracy means the people who are electing their own representative by giving the vote. Mary, but then why do we need a definition at all? So yes, her point is correct. Why do we need a definition of this democracy? Because each and every country having their own perception or own different idea what the democracy is. Then the madam said, we need a definition only when we come across the difficult in the use of word. Yes, we need a definition when we don't understand what the word is trying to state. Then we need a definition of a rain only when we wish to describe it from, say, drizzle or the cloud burst. Yes, that is true that if we want to give the another meaning or if we get the, in the detailed meaning of the rain, then we have to go like we can say the drizzle, the cloud burst. The same is the true of the democracy. We need a clear definition only because people use it for the different purpose. Because very different kind of government call them as a democracy. Yes, there are the different kinds of government. They used to call it as a you can say the democratic country. Like some of the countries are there in our globe where it is ruled by the king, but they used to consider them as a democratic country. It doesn't mean that the rule which is ruled by the king, that particular country is not very good. That some of the king are there that used to think of the people, they think of their country's people, the citizens, that they can do their work for them, not for their own purpose, not to live the luxurious life or you can say the lavish life. They used to think about the people that yes, you can do your work. But why do we need to? Now the another student say that Rebang, why do we need to work on the definition? The other day, quoted Abraham Lincoln to us. Abraham Lincoln said, "Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people." We in Meghalaya always ruled ourselves. Yes, in Meghalaya the people used to rule ourselves. That is accepted by everyone. Why do we need to change that? Because the government is made by from the people, by the people, and for the people. Leonard Madam said, I'm not saying that we need to change it. She said we do not change. What the Abraham Lincoln said, that is true. But I too find the definition very beautiful, but we don't know if it is the best way to defining the unless we think about it ourselves. We talk about ourselves. Unless she said that the definition is truth. She is not denying that the definition is not a correct way. But if we talk about the ourselves, so there are some different scenario of that. We must not accept something just because it is the famous. Yes, that is true that because a particular person is famous, if he used to say anything, so we have to think about whether he said it correct or not. Blindly, you can't follow the particular person just because everyone accepts it. That is the utmost fact. You have to use in your life as well. If the particular personality is very much famous, whatever is said, that doesn't mean you go patthar ki lakhi roga. We have to see that whether he said it correct or incorrect, and then after that we have to accept it by using it or by analyzing it what the particular person has said, whether it's correct or it is incorrect. And we go further. Now the another student that is the ma'am, can I suggest something? We don't need to look for any definition. I read somewhere the word democracy comes from the Greek word that is the democrateria. Greek demos means the people of the criteria. Sorry, the Greek demos means the people, and the criteria means the rules. Means a people used to rule over there. So the democracy is a rule by the people. It is the correct meaning. Where is the need to debate? Yes, that is true. If the word suggests that the demo means the people and criteria means the rule. So why there is a need of the you can say a debate, like what the definition should be there of the democracy. Then the madam said that this is also a very helpful way of thinking about this matter. I would just say that this is not always work. A word does not remain tied to its origin. That is true that because a particular word which I have said in the many of my lectures and many of my video that particular word it doesn't remain that the particular word is for all the time. By the time changes, by the people thinking changes, the particular meaning is also changed. Which I've already said many a times. जैसे कोई particular word होता है इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हमेशा के लिए उसका एक ही मीनिंग होता है जब टाइम बदलता है जब लोगों की थिंकिंग बदलती है उसके टाइम टू टाइम इसका मीनिंग भी चेंज होते हैं Originally, there were the use of computing, that is, say, calculating very difficult mathematical sums. They were very powerful calculators, but nowadays, very few people use the computer for computing sums. That is true that there are not very few people using the computer for computing sums because now we have the calculators. They use it the writing or the designing, the listening of the music, or the watching the films, what remain the same, but the meaning can change the with the time. Yes, that is true that the whether if we see the different forms as the time changes, the different forms of things have changed. Like if we talk about earlier, we using the television and the computer. When the mobile used to come, now we rather spending the time more on the television or on the computers. Mostly we're not spending a time on watching. You can say by watching the movie on the like everything we used to doing in the mobile by watching the movie, by using the internet, by we're playing the games, by doing our official work. Or you can say that if you are the student, you're doing the work or you want to study on the online. So you're just referring to the mobile. So you get all the work you're doing at the one place. So these are the things which used to change after certain times. Now, Mary, ma'am, so basically what I was saying is there is no shortcut of thinking about the matter ourselves. So she said that there is a no shortcut of thinking of ourselves. We have to think about its meaning and evolved definition. So it's thought that we have to think about the evolving definition. Remember, you get me right. Let us get on with it now. Now it comes towards this, the main thing, a simple definition of the democracy. Let us get back to our discussion on the similarities and difference among the government that are called the democracies. In the like the government is chosen by the people. We could thus say the simple definition is democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people, which is I mean the earlier in the starting of this lecture, which I already said, the people who used to give the vote, he used to elect their own representative or the leaders for they form the democracy. This is the useful starting point. This definition allows to separate the democracy for the forms of government. Yes, it used to separate the people and the form of the government. They clearly not a democratic. The army rules of Myanmar are not elected by the people. Yes, that is true. I have to keep this thing in mind. The in the Myanmar where the people are not choosing their representative, they rule by the army, or you can say they rule by the military, where they're not choosing their government. Those who happen to be control of the army become the ruler of the country. In any of the country where this is there is a rule when there is no government and if it is ruled by their army, so then there is not any kind of the government. The army personnel, you can say the army officer, he is the government over there and he is regulating his own rule. People no say in this decision, and the people do not have the right to say anything in front of the army. Dictators like Pinochet are not elected by the people. The Pinochet, which we have discussed, that he is not, you can say, the elected leader. He by himself or by himself become the ruler of that particular country. It applies to the monarchies. The king of Nepal, the Saudi Arabia, rule not because the people have chosen them do so, but because they happen to be born into the royal family, because they used to born in the royal family, so they thought that I have to rule this country. When the people are not accepting that, then they do the reforms. Then after that, after the number of years, it took the number of years to form the democratic country. The simple definition is not adequate. It reminds us that the democracy is the people, but if we use the definition in an unthinkable manner, we would end up calling the almost every government that holds an election a democracy. Yes, and the simple if you're going on, if the every any of the government who holds the election and when the people used to go over there to give the vote to elect the representative, then we can say that all the forms of government are the democratic government. So you will go learn further in the chapter 4. Every government in the contemporary world wants to be called a democracy. Yes, that is true. In this contemporary world, each and every nation, each and every government want to call themselves as a democratic government. Even if it's not so, this is why I need to carefully distinguish between the government that is a democracy and one that pretends to be one. Like what is the democracy and which kind of government used to, which I already said that the number of the kings or the monarchical countries, you can say the king or the ruler, they rule by the king. What they said that they are the democratic country, but actually it's not like that. So these are the certain things which we said. Now you can see this cartoon, which is what is what is the democracy? They make the cartoon over there. This cartoon is made by in the Thailand. That is Stephen Perret. The cartoon was drawn when the election were held in the Iraq with the presence of the U.S. and the other foreign powers. What do you think the cartoon is saying? Why is democracy written in the way? That is M. Democracy. So think about it. It's a monarchy, and now they are showing what democracy. It's a monarchy, but it's showing the democracy. So these are the certain things, there are certain cartoons which show that you are called it as the democracy, but you are ruling like a monarchy. You are not giving the right to the people. They can express their view in the front of the government. So the particular law which you are following or which you are regulating, it's not up to the mark. So these are the certain scenario why this government, why this cartoon, we can see that what they are showing to the message. Now come to the next features of the democracy. What are the features? Yes, we need the ruler, we need the election, and at most important thing, the people. If the people are not there, if the election is not going on there, so is it possible we can choose a representative? No, it's not possible. And the form of the government. Now we are going to read in detail. Democracy is a form of government which is the ruler are the elected by the people. This may many question. Who are the rulers in this definition? Which official must be elected from the any of the government called the democracy? Yes, who are the rulers? This is the question. The rulers are the leader, which they have their party. And if we talk about the India, the election commission used to give them the ticket to this leader that you are the people who are going to contest the election, and the people used to cast the vote. And by the like by counting that vote, if you are the eligible, if you are not eligible, if you are the winner, then you can form the government. So these are the certain scenarios which we can say they are the ruler. The next question is that elected of the any government to be called a democracy. Why the decision may be taken by the non-elected official in a democracy? Yes, the number of the you can say the decision is taken by the government, so we can say that as a democratic government. And number of the decision is taken by the non-government official, so that also we can call it as a democracy. So these are the certain questions they are asking. Then we come towards the next, that is the election. What kind of election constitute in a democratic election? What condition must be fulfilled for an election to be considered democratic? Who are the people who can elect the rulers to get elected as the rulers? यानी who are the people can elect the rulers? यानी कौन से लोग वाक हैं जो अपने rulers को elect कर सकते हैं? Should this include every citizen on the equal basis? Can a democracy deny some citizens this right? Finally, what kind of form of government is a democracy? Now you are thinking that what kind of form of government is democracy? Can elected ruler do whether they want a democracy? जो elected ruler है यानी जो इंसान जिसको हमने वोट दिया है वो जीत चुका है, तो क्या वो डेमोक्रेटिक काइंड ऑफ गवर्नमेंट चाहता है? और must be the democratic function like the some limits. It is necessary for the democracy for the respect of some rights of the citizen. So major decision by the leaders. In the next video, we discuss about the Pakistan. We discuss about the other countries, like what kind of government they have, how the army used to took over the power, and later on that army personnel is put towards other way, and then who you used to come over in behalf of that. So whosoever the PM used to come, then we are going to discuss in the further lectures about the PM. So in this lecture, what we have learned is that about the What is democracy? Why define democracy? A simple definition of democracy means the above comes said that the democracy is for the people, by the people, and it's elected by the people. So these are the scenario. This is the terms which he said that is very much good. But they saying that it's up to all the things of the people. If we go towards the another one, the another definition of the democracy, which we said that the government which is elected by the people or by giving the vote. So in that case, the government is different and the democracy is different. Like the people have the role or people have the duty to give the vote to elect their own representative. Why they want to elect their own representative? Because they have the idea what the particular person he or she is. He is eligible and to stand in the election, and he is like what the background he or she has, what the educational qualification he or she has, and what are the ideas which we that the particular leader, the particular representative has shared with the people in the, you can say, before the elections, what the promises he or she did, what the plans or what the scheme he or she shows before the election. So they have the idea what kind of leaders they want and what kind of leaders they want to choose. On the basis of that idea, they used to go to in the boothing elections, in the boothing place, and they used to cast their vote by casting their vote on the election day, or you can say on the counting day, or the you can say the on the result of the this election. The people used to counting the vote on the basis of that, when the particular party won the election, that particular representative or the leader used to become the leader. Now he thought that if he want a democratic country or not, no, he has to follow the rule and regulation which is already made by the people. Just like if we talk about the India, the constitution, yes, he has to follow the democratic government, and he has to think of the people, like the what the people or what the nation's people want, what kind of plans, what kind of scheme, and what kind of law we want in our India. So these are the things which we can say that in the democratic country we can see. Like if we talk about our country, yes, our country is completely a democratic country where we can express our views everywhere. We can see the freedom. If we do not like any of the government, we can change in after every 5 years. If we do not like their plans, schemes, or the laws, uh, um, number of people they used to come together, they can do the reforms, they can do the revolution to change that particular law by, you can say, the dharnas, and by taking the candlelight march, or you can uh, by filing the petition in the court that the particular rule is not going in a very good way. So these are the certain rights which is given by the, you can say, the constitution to the Indian people, that they can go, if they do not like the government, they can change the government. So these are the forms of the government where we can see how the people have the right, or how the people have the certain, or you can say the certain role or certain duty, or the biggest right, they can form the government or they can change the government. So these are the things which we can see that the democratic country is a very good country. If we talk of the monarchical, yes, some of the countries they used to say that they are the monarchical, but they used to set them as a democratic country, because for king is the fourth most, you can say, they have the power. But apart from that, there are the certain, you can say, the government, or you can say the leaders. Just we talk about the PM or any other thing. So for that people they used to do the election, but all the power is toward the king. So we can't say that particular country as a democratic country. We said it as a non-democratic country, or you can say the not non, or you can say the monarchical country. So these are the things which we have discussed in this chapter, like how the democratic government is, how the non-democratic government is. Like the number of the people used to enjoy in the democratic country rather than the non-democratic country. In the number of the countries, if we talk about the democratic country, if we talk about the China, I give you the example of the Hong Kong, where it's a two nation theory it's going on, but the people do not like the, you can say, the direct rule of the China, where they want to change the laws. They want to take their rights, like they can, if they committed any crime, so they will punish by the two things, like from the Hong Kong laws and by the Chinese laws. So they used to, the students over there, they used to do the reforms over there, that we do not want this kind of the rule. So these are the certain scenarios which you can say in the different parts of the world where you can say that if the people or the people of the particular country, they do not like the rules which is passed by the government, so they can do the reforms that you have to change the law, because you have to think of the people, you have to think about the nation, what all the peoples want, that used to keep the country in peace and harmony. So this is the government duty, or it is the ruler's duty, that he has to think about what the people used to think and what kind of changes they want. And on the basis of, in this contemporary area, on the basis of the technology, on the basis of the idea, what the peoples want, they have to change the government and they have to form the government. So these are the points which I have included in this first part of the video. In the second part of the video, we will discuss the more further. I hope you like this video. Thank you.